So let's start this broadcast with the crisis that is unfolding in the West African nation of Niger ever since the dictator General Abdul Rahman Chiani declared himself as the head of the state on the 28th of July. He's been put under immense pressure by the world leaders to try and reinstate the democratically but pro-Western former President Mohamed Bazoum, who was deposed in the military coup. Now, before dwelling into the details, let's in fact take a look as to where Niger is located and why geographically this is such a crucial nation. Niger is located at the heart of the Sahel region, an area where terror groups such as the ISIS and the Al-Qaeda are reportedly expanding. Now, on the pretext of fighting the terror, a lot of these Western nations, France including, have their bases here. Now, Niger is a vast arid state on the edge of the Sahara Desert. It has a population of about 24 million people, and the country has seen a series of coups and political instability in the decades following independence from France back in 1960. Now, Niger has seen 4 military coups since independence. And since the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum was ousted from his position, scores of nations have condemned the situation. That to send a strong message to the ruling junta, Niger has been cut off from the regional bloc. What is interesting is that Nigeria, its southern neighbor, has cut off electricity supply to Niger, and the people are suffering. Already about 4.3 million people are said to be in dire need of humanitarian assistance. ECOWAS, which is a trading bloc of 15 West African nations, has also imposed sanctions, including the suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between Niger and other ECOWAS member nations. Moreover, the bloc had issued a Sunday deadline to Niger's junta leaders to stand down and to restore President Bazoum. And this deadline has in fact been ignored. ECOWAS is due to hold a meeting on Thursday to decide on what to do next. Meanwhile, both the United States and France are operating military bases in Niger as part of the operations to disrupt the jihadist groups who are operating in the wider region of Sahel. Niger, in fact, became the main base camp for French troops after they were told to leave Mali following a coup there. And although with Niger's dictator general refusing to vacate his position, there is the possibility of force being used against Niger to restore Bazoum back into the position. Even the sub-region's largest economy and the dominant military power, Nigeria, would be expected to provide a bulk of the troops, funding and logistics for any military intervention into Niger. With the possibility of military intervention, can the Wagner group save Niger's dictator general? Now, according to the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Russia's Wagner mercenary group is now taking advantage of the instability in Niger. Blinken has said that this in an interview that he gave to the BBC. Now, there have been suggestions that the coup leaders have asked for help from Wagner, which is known to be present in the neighboring nation of Mali. What is interesting is that Blinken said that he does not think Russia or the Wagner group have instigated the coup in Niger. However, the United States is extremely worried about the possibility of similar such ousters of pro-Western governments in the Sahel region. Now remember, Wagner is the same Russian mercenary group which had been fighting in Ukraine till it carried out its mutiny against the Russian forces. It also won the city of Bakhmut for Russia and led a mutiny against the Russian Federation, although that mutiny died within a few hours since it started. But there is a chance that it can still seal a victory for Niger's dictator general. Militarily, Wagner will be able to guarantee power to the military junta. It will also be the vehicle for Niger's junta to work more closely with their counterparts in Mali and Burkina Faso, where the presence of Wagner has been felt on a pretty large scale. The Wagner provides security in Mali, and in Burkina Faso, the mercenary groups works very closely with the government forces, occasionally trading its military support for lucrative contracts. The Wagner's entry can make Niger a flashpoint between the West and Russia. Many in Niger are bracing for the fight, with the possibility of another major force entering into the country.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.